Hey, what's going on, guys? Just working on my car real quickly here. This is a BMW E65 and I will be removing the rotors. Now this applies to all cars if you have a little lip on the rotor end right here. These rotors are very worn. As you can see, there is a lip right here which prevents me from sliding the caliper once I remove the bolts straight back off of it. It actually attaches to the rotor. It cannot remove past this lip. There are two options. One option, if you're very careful, fit some sort of screwdriver down in the brake here without damaging the piston or the pad. Pry gently until the piston kind of pulls back a little bit on each side, slip it back. In my case, these are very worn rotors. I will be replacing these, so the option 2, which I'm going to go for so I don't damage anything, I am just going to angle grind this. Dremel, whatever tool you want to use, I'm going to grind that down. This again is metal. It will grind down very quickly if you have a power tool. Both sides, and again you're going to get it on this side and this side. Just get that all the way down flat, and so your rotors can go ahead and just be flat without a little edge right here. And then the caliper, once the bolts are removed, will push right off. Again, your wheel is free spinning here. This is a rear wheel drive. It is up on jack stands, and so my wheels are freely available to go. My parking brake is not on. It is in park though, and so I'm just going to grind it, move it, grind it, move it, grind it, move it, grind it on both sides. All right, be back with you. All right, guys, good news. I did not have to grind that down. Now that is a simple option, guys, but I went ahead and I did a little trick. Unfortunately, the reason why I didn't grind it down was because I couldn't find my tool for some reason, and I got out this little Dremel tool from Harbor Freight, this little cheap guy, and that's more for like arts and crafts. That's definitely not for high-end metal like this. Anyway, back to the project at hand. I grabbed my channel locks, guys. I opened them out wide mouth, and I went on the back of my rotor here. Now, I noticed that on this side right here, as you can see, my brake pad right there, it was almost clearing this side. So what I did is I came over here to the back side. Now you do have to be very careful, but as we see down here, right there is my brake pad on my rotor. Now again, here is the lip of the rotor right here. And what I did is I grabbed my channel locks here, and forgive me if these are not channel locks, but I believe they are. And what I did is I very gently, now again, remember you have some serious stuff over here. Be careful of this. I was nowhere near this. There's another little rubber seal thing right here where my middle finger is. Right there, be careful of that, but I concentrated on getting my channel locks right on the back of the piston and right there above this rubber piece right here. And I was able to, it took a little bit of force, but I was able to gently, and again I'm going to be replacing these rotors, and I did not, let's see here, if I scratched it a little bit, no, not really, maybe a tiny bit, right there, or not at all actually. Yeah, guys, we look really good. I peered in there. There doesn't seem to be any scratches. So these rotors, again, can take a little bit of a beating. Now, I didn't really get after the rotor. I was being careful right there. But I reached in here again, putting my channel locks on the top of the piston, and then crunching it in like that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but you guys get the picture. And I was able to squeeze back the piston enough without damaging the rotor, any brake cables, any brake fluid areas on the caliper at all, and I was able to squeeze that back. Now again, if it's this side, you might have to work again on this side as well, squeezing it back with the pistons on this side. So after you got the piston back on that side, it should be easily, again guys, just slip right off like that. I'm definitely excited about that, and we didn't have to work and angle grind that bad boy. All right guys, now in this point, put your caliper on top of a paint can, get some bungee cords, etc., and make sure that this cable right here, the brake fluid cable, is not being damaged at all, not being strained upon. Neither is the brake pad sensor, which is behind it right there. So we have that out of the way. Now this would be a good time, guys, to go ahead and replace your brake pads if needs be. Check those. I've done mine not too long ago. You can watch my video about that. And again, we are working on the front driver's side. And so the other side, passenger side, is going to be the same except for the brake pad sensor. And again, my pads look very nice, so I don't need to change that. But if they are squealing, this might be a time to go ahead and put some stop squeal on those brake pads. And again, on my brake pad video, I show you how to do that.